The power of variation listings. If I had actually listed these individually, the buyer probably would have found maybe one of them, might not have been able to find the other one. But since I actually did a variation listing, today is Tuesday, April 26th, and we have one eBay order going out today. The item we have going out today, I actually picked this up at my local thrift store. I'm only into it for 25 cents. All paperback books are 25 cents. It happens to be this Europe History by Norman Davies. It is pretty big. This sold for $12.95, and it is going free shipping. With this I'll ship out media mail. This will cost me around $5 to ship this out. So not a big profit, but when you look at 25 cents into $12.95 minus the $5, and it's easy to take photos, probably takes me no more than a minute to get this photoed and listed. So not a bad profit. Give it a little shake test. 3.12. Today is Wednesday, April 27th, and we have one eBay order going out today. Item we have going out today is an item I picked up at my local thrift store. In fact, I had actually purchased 4 of them. I'm into it for $2 each. As you can see, basically 0 quantity available, and I did sell 4 of them. By itself, it's not a high profit item, but altogether is where you're going to make your money back. One listing, and they just keep selling. Happens to be these Avery laser small rotary cards. Again, into it for $2. This sold for $15.95, and it is going free shipping. With this, all I'm going to do with this, because it is over £1, I'm going to put it in a flat rate envelope, and that'll cost me around $7.50 to ship. Today is Friday, April 29th, and we have 2 eBay orders going out today. First order going out happens to be this ORS olive oil. Picked this up on Walmart clearance, RA. Into this for $2. Not a big money maker, but I had quite a few of these. This sold for $8.66, and the buyer is paying $7.95 in shipping. Now with this, I actually had 2 orders come in, and when I went to go pull the other order, I noticed on the bottom, the best buy date was 9/19. So I knew that was an issue. So not only did I make one mistake in not keeping track of my inventory that has expiration dates, but I actually reached out to the wrong buyer. I reached out to the first buyer that bought it, not the second buyer. That ended up costing me about $1.70 because the second buyer came in and bought it on sale. I had to live with that mistake. So the one buyer, I gave him an option. I can either send him this one that the best buy date was out of date, or I have another one that was not extra strength, that was normal. So I gave him those 2 options, or he could request to cancel the order. And the buyer came in and requested to cancel the order. So when you make mistakes like this, it's always best to reach out to the buyer right away, explain the situation and what you can do to try to correct it and let them decide. So by the buyer canceling the order, I don't take a ding on my account for not fulfilling an order. This next order going out, it's a pretty good item. I've actually had this probably for about 4 weeks. I actually got this right before I went on vacation to Florida. Happens to be the Legend of Zelda on Gamecube, collector's edition. This is the promotional disc. I knew it would go for more than a normal one, but I didn't realize it'd go for this much when I actually listed it this morning. It got caught up in my sale. Bought this at my local thrift store. I'm only into it for $1. This sold for $56.55, and the buyer is paying shipping. Hey, I figure I'd just do a little bit of filming. I've got some orders to pull, so let's go ahead and do it, and you can kind of see how I do my inventory. So this first item is in bin U. Here we go, right here. Wadded these up. Okay. Next item is on shelf 6. So let's put this bin back. One-handed, it's hard to do. Okay, shelf 6 is right over here. Japanese Royal Swirl. I believe this is it right here. Yep, that's it. I'll go over up in the eBay office what each of these sold for and what I paid for it. Okay, next item is some Realtree shirts. My phone's going crazy. Okay, that's down here in bin Y2. Okay, looking at these. They're both XL. One is the blue. Solid blue. And one is the gray. So, I know it's one of these. That's a medium. Here we go, gray, XL. And solid blue, which is down here. There's a large, extra large. Okay, put all this back. Okay, moving on to the next item. Mark Martin diecast car, Winn-Dixie. Okay, we're gonna need a step stool. That's what happens when you're short. Okay, and it's up here. I bet you this is it right there, Winn-Dixie. Let's double check it. Number 60, Mark Martin. Yep, that's it. Okay. So a lot of this loose stuff like this, I don't put it in bins. I'll put it up on top of the shelf. And in the custom SKU, I actually put what shelf it's on. Same thing with the dishes. Okay, next item. We sold some Ararat women's boots. They're in bin X2. That should be over here. X2 right down here. There they are right on top. Also too, you see I use a lot of clear totes. That helps me so that when a bin is running low and I need to put stuff into inventory, I can easily see which bins have actual space for no more product. Okay. Moving on to the next item. We sold a license plate. That's in bin O. And that's right here. That should be one in here somewhere. Oh, those aren't, that's not it. All the way here on the bottom. Figures. It says Mustang plate. And that's all the orders we have today to pull. So let's go upstairs and we'll go over these items. Today is Monday, May 2nd, and we have 8 items going out today to go ahead and close out the weekend sales. So let's take a look. First item going out happens to be this Nintendo Gamecube. Picked this up at my local thrift store. I put in the custom SKU. I paid $1, but I'm pretty sure I picked this up at my bigger thrift store here in town, which these are normally like $2. So I'm going to say I paid $2 for this. It's not complete. It doesn't have the manual. It's just a CD and the case. This sold for $14.75 and the buyer is paying $5.20 in shipping. Next item going out happens to be an RA item. It happens to be this Carpi antiperspirant hand lotion. Pick these up for, you can see right here, $1.50 each. So cost of goods into all of this is going to be $6. Decided to lot all 4 of them together. I actually got 8 on Walmart clearance. So I made 2 lots of 4 each. The reason I did that is usually lower price items, I actually like to lot together, bump up my average sale. They were selling individually, but I figured, 1, I wanted to actually get the product moved out quicker. And also 2, if you can see, it does have an expiration date of 11/22. So the thing is got to be really careful, pick up a lot of items and watch the expiration date because you don't want these to expire. If you let them expire, either one of 2 things is going to happen. Either you're going to ship these out and the buyer's going to want to return because of the expiration date, or eBay will come along and remove that listing because of the expiration date. You have it here. And inside the description, there is an expiration date as well. These sold for $26.06 and they are going free shipping. With these, I can easily get these to go out first class. So next item going out happens to be this Royal Swirl Fine China made in Japan. Picked this up at my local thrift store. I'm only into this for $1.50. I'd actually bought 2 of these. First one already sold. This is the second one. Now, if you notice up in the description, I put Fine China of Japan, Royal Swirl, round vegetable serving bowl, and I did put it's 9 inches. This sold for $11.27, and the buyer is paying $8.80 in shipping. Next item going out happens to be an RA item. Those Realtree shirts I was talking about. I sold all the button-down ones. Those sold within like 3 weeks. I still have the t-shirt style. One thing I wanted to talk about is the power of variation listings. If I had actually listed these individually, the buyer probably would have found maybe one of them, might not have been able to find the other one. But since I actually did a variation listing, this buyer came in and bought 2 of these. And what a variation listing is right up here. You can see they can choose the shirt color and the shirt size. So this buyer came in and bought two, same size, one of the dark blue and one of the gray. So I'm into these shirts for just $1 each. So cost of goods is $2. This buyer paid $25.50, and they are going free shipping. Two shirts, I can easily get this to still stay under first class. Yes, 12.4. Put it in a poly bag. It'll ship out under a 16-ounce rate, keeping it first class. This next item I picked up on a high bid haul where I had purchased and went on highbid.com. If you're not familiar with that, highbid.com is an actual online auction site. And so I had actually purchased a bunch of these NASCAR diecast cars. I believe the entire lot I actually paid, I believe it was about $34, $36. I've since made my money back. There was not only this, but there was actually some Hot Wheels style, smaller cars, and actually some license plates. So cost of goods into this is probably maybe 50 cents. This sold for $13.01, and the buyer is paying $8.22 in shipping. Now the thing with NASCAR diecast cars, you got to be real careful because most of them don't sell for all that much. That's why it's real important when dealing with these type of items. You've got to get these really cheap in order to make a profit on them. Next item going out, another thrift store item. It happens to be these Ararat boots. And where you can tell is on the bottom here. Also too, on the inside. I'm not sure if you're catching that. And it also gives you the style and the sizes. So pick these up for $4. These sold for $40.85, and the buyer is paying $11.70 in shipping. So this right here, $4 into $40, that's a pretty good sale. Next item going out happens to be this Ford Mustang license plate. Also picked this up on that high bid haul with all the NASCAR cars. Now the thing with this is I did disclose, you can see there is a few little dings in it. And as you can see up here, I did put in here, has a couple dings, save photo for condition. And as you notice right here, I did do a close-up on it to show them the dings. Real important to make sure you disclose that, because if the buyer doesn't see that and you didn't disclose it properly, like this has the photo and it clearly shows it's got dings and a few scratches, buyer could come and want to return the item. Cost into this is very little, maybe 50 cents. This sold for $12.95, and the buyer is paying $5.25 in shipping. Before I leave, I want to give a special thanks to Greg Stewart. I'll show a link to him right up here. He actually bought me a coffee. If you're not familiar with Buy Me a Coffee, that's a way you can actually support your favorite content creators. I do have a link down in the description below. So those are the orders we have going out today to go ahead and close out the weekend sales. Hope you found some value out of this video. And so while you're out there sourcing for items, you can see items that are currently selling on eBay right now. If you like the video, give me a thumbs up, helps the channel. Also too, if you're not subscribed, consider subscribing down below and hitting the bell notification. You'll be notified the next time I do a video. Until next time, keep picking. This sold for $56.55. Today is, and watch the expert date. A bunch of these NASA